To get in, each woman had to hand over secrets that could ruin her life, naked photographs, and signed confessions of things she had never done.
What are we doing? The most terrifying cults to ever exist.
Narco-Satanists. Adolfo Constanzo grew up in Miami in the 1960s,
Narco-Satanists?
raised by a mother who practiced Palo Mayombe, a Cuban religion that involves animal sacrifice and speaking to the dead.
Okay.
In the 1980s, Mexico's drug trade was growing fast. Constanzo saw an opportunity and moved to Mexico City to offer his services to drug cartels. He convinced drug traffickers that his rituals could keep them safe from police and out of prison.
What?
He called himself El Padrino, meaning the Godfather. Drug lords paid him large amounts of money to perform rituals before drug runs and police raids. It worked, or at least they believed it did. As his power grew, Constanzo started to believe his own ideas.
No
He
way.
pushed the rituals further. Animal sacrifice was no longer enough.
Human
he told
sacrifice?
his followers that freshly killed humans worked better. His inner circle began kidnapping.
Oh no, bro. They were kidnapping innocent people and sacrificing them? That's diabolical, bro. See, I feel like finessing and getting like a bit of that drug money is one thing, but this is imagine this is you. No! We're going to sacrifice you.
People off the streets of Matamoros.
Oh my God.
In March 1989, an American college student named Mark Kilroy
No! They rounded up an American?
appeared during spring break near the U.S.-Mexico border.
Don't they normally, like, the cartel, don't they normally leave the American tourists alone because they don't want problems?
Because Kilroy was American, the U.S. government pushed Mexican police to look into it.
Yep.
Police found a ranch outside Matamoros called Rancho Santa Elena.
Nah, they flew way too close to the sun here.
Found 15 bodies buried on the property, all showing signs they had been tortured and ritually killed.
Bro.
Kilroy was among them. Constanzo fled to Mexico City. When police surrounded his hideout, he chose not to be taken alive. He knew that crossing the cartels meant a slow and painful death in prison.
Oh
he
my
ordered
God.
a follower to shoot him. He was 26 years old. 14 followers
What? Hold
were
on. Whoa. Nah, bro. It's crazy how you can get people to believe anything.
arrested. But the belief that brought them together never went away. Palo Mayombe is still practiced inside Mexican prisons and among
What?
cartel members today. Aum Shinrikyo,
You could get
founded
sacrificed
by
in jail?
Shoko
Hold
Asahara
on, go
and
back,
among
go back.
cartel members today. Aum Shinrikyo, founded by Shoko Asahara in 1984 in Tokyo, Aum Shinrikyo began as a small yoga class.
Yeah,
Asahara
wow.
told his followers he was both Christ and Buddha, and that the
And people believe that shit?
United States would soon launch a nuclear war that would kill most of the world. Only his followers would make it out alive. To prepare, he needed money and people with the right skills.
Bro, there's no way people believe this. How are you Christ and Buddha at the same time? Like, they making it seem like he's the last airbender, bro. Like, he's Avatar Aang. Oh, my God. I would not believe this shit at all, bro. It's so easy to finesse people.
The group grew to 10,000 members in Japan.
What? No way. 10,000 people believe that?
And 30,000 in Russia.
What? How did he get that? Bro, how did he get to Russia?
That many followers came money, and the group was soon worth over $1 billion.
What?
Asahara used that followers came money to 10,000 members in Japan.
Yo, what
and
up, Swanee?
30,000 in Russia. With that many followers came money, and the group was soon worth over $1 billion.
$1
Asahara
billion?
used that money to bring in scientists, doctors.
Bro, what are we doing? What are we doing with our lives, bro? I'm about to start a cult, bro. You mean to tell me I could make $1 billion off a cult?
and engineers and put them to work making weapons, including sarin, anthrax, and Ebola. They built up enough sarin to kill 4 million people. To make killing easier, Asahara taught that murdering an enemy was an act of mercy,
Get the f out of here. There's no way. There's no way.
including sarin, anthrax, and Ebola. They built up enough sarin to kill 4 million people. To make killing easier, Asahara taught that murdering an enemy was an act of mercy. Death, he said, saved them from bad karma. Violence started in 1989, when members killed a lawyer building a case against them, his wife, and their 14-month-old son.
Hell
The
no.
next year, Asahara ran for parliament, convinced his group was meant to rule Japan. They lost badly. He believed democracy would never give him power, so he decided to take it by force.
This guy is
In
psychotic.
1994, they released sarin in Matsumoto, killing 8 and injuring 600. In early
It's like the Shibuya incident, boy. What the fuck? Yo, I see where they get these anime plots from, where You know, where the villain wants to kill everybody, bro. It's probably mad psychopaths walking around Japan. What the You want to take over the world, but your whole objective is to kill everybody? Like, that doesn't make sense.
1995, Asahara
Don't you think in order to get power, you would want it to be covert? You wouldn't want it to be obvious.
found out police were planning a raid. To stop it, he struck first.
What?
On March 20th, 5 members got on Tokyo subway trains during rush hour, placed bags of liquid sarin on the floor, punctured them with umbrella tips, and walked off.
No
13
way.
died. Over 5,500 were injured. Asahara was caught 2 months later. He and 12 senior members were executed in 2018. The group still exists under the name Aleph. Rajneeshis. In the late 1970s, Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh built a large following in India by mixing religion from the East with ideas about free love and personal freedom. His followers wore orange clothing and worshipped him as a spiritual master.
What? That doesn't sound that crazy. She want to hang with an Indian. She want to hang with an Indian. Don't.
When the Indian government began investigating him for tax evasion and local authorities started clashing with his commune, he moved his entire operation to a remote ranch in Oregon in 1981.
What?
Within 2 years, his followers had built a fully working city called Rajneeshpuram with its own airport,
Yo, I'm not going to lie. That's low-key kind of comp. That's comp.
police force, and over 7,000
How do you, wait, how do you have your own police force? And the local police force doesn't intervene.
residents. Local Oregon residents and officials wanted the city shut down.
What?
To fight back, the group decided to take control of local politics by winning county elections. To win, they needed more votes than they had. Their plan was to make enough local voters sick on election day that they could not get to the polls. In 1984,
No, that's not real. I thought they were going to say, like, we're going to try to recruit more people to our cult. Man, hell no. Hell no. See, here's where he up. They shouldn't have went to Oregon. They should have went to Utah. It's so many gullible people in Utah. They're Mormon. They want to join a cult. You go to Utah, you start recruiting people. And the thing is, they were Indian. If they were white, boy, they probably would have been able to win. Because how many people are really willing to join an Indian cult in America? It's low. Come on, bro. Yo, DA Clips, what up?
followers secretly put a dangerous bacteria called salmonella into the salad bars of 10 local restaurants. 751 people got sick. It was the largest biological attack on U.S. soil in history. The plot stayed hidden for a year.
Nah, he low-key got aura. I'm not gonna lie. This looks like some shit out of a album cover. Why is his hat and glasses glistening, bro? He kind of looked like if they drew him, he kind of looked like an Indian god or
Until
something.
one of the group's own members came forward and told authorities.
What?
The group's leaders fled the country. Rajneesh himself tried to escape, but was caught at an airport in North Carolina. He was fined and forced back to India. Back in India with no other option, he renamed himself Osho and kept the movement going. He died in 1990.
Why didn't they arrest him for life? Because he's responsible for the biological attack. He just got off scotch-free?
But the 751 people his followers poisoned in Oregon were
Died?
never forgotten. No one served more than 2.5 years in prison for the attack.
What? How?
NXIVM. NXIVM was started in New York in 1998 by Keith Raniere, a man who claimed to have the highest IQ ever recorded and called himself the smartest man in the world.
No way.
He built the group around a self-help program that promised to help people become better versions of themselves.
Oh, so he's like Andrew Tate. Oh my God.
He chose self-help deliberately. It attracted ambitious, successful people.
Yes.
And having celebrities and business people involved made it harder for outsiders to raise alarms. Thousands joined, including politicians, actors, and business leaders.
Hey, I probably would have joined. I'm not going to lie. I'm big on self-development, for sure. For sure, bro.
Inside the group was a secret inner circle called DOS. Raniere kept it secret because if members knew what was really inside, no one would join. Open only to women. It was sold as a special opportunity for personal growth. To get in, each woman had to hand over secrets that could ruin her life, naked photographs, and signed confessions of things she had never done.
What are we doing? Ladies, what? No. We need to go back. Women are willingly giving up naked photos. You just giving them, people just giving blackmail. You guys are dumb. I'd have been like, I'm not doing that. You crazy?
Knew what was really inside, no one would join.
He low-key
Open
had the
only to
method.
women. It was sold as a special opportunity for personal growth. To get in, each woman had to hand over secrets that could ruin her life. Naked photographs
So hold on. So if you heard some like that, you wouldn't raise any red flags?
and signed confessions of things she had never done. These were kept as a weapon to use against her. Once inside, members were told they had a master and had to follow orders without question.
Wow.
They were put on strict diets, kept from sleeping, and required to be available to Ranier at all times.
Oh.
Several were branded with his initials, using a hot iron to mark them as his property. Each member was also required to recruit new women. Every new recruit brought in more blackmail material,
Yo, this is like Epstein. This is literally Epstein.
more free.
I would join if you started one. Hell no. Hell no. Low key. I wouldn't do this. Not with men. Should I call off work? No, go to
labor,
work.
and more money. Those who refused faced having their secrets and photographs released.
Oh my
In
God.
2017, one member secretly contacted the New York Times while under blackmail. The story was published, and others came forward. Ranier was arrested in 2018 and sentenced to 120 years in prison.
What? That wasn't even that long ago. There's no way.
Many of the women he branded carry his initials on their skin
To
for
this
the rest
day.
of their lives. The Manson family. Charles Manson was released from their skin for the rest of their lives. The Manson family.
Wait, they actually were? Yo, you know, have you seen this picture before? Playboy Cardi took that same picture. Oh my God. I gotta find it. I gotta find this picture, bro. This is it. I got it. Right here. You see it? You see how he got that little devil mark on his face? He literally replicated that. Oh my God. Let me see what happens if I just drag this here. Will it show the original picture? Ah, good enough. Close enough, I guess. What's up with all these rappers glazing Marilyn Manson? Do you remember back when Uzi first blew up and he was like, oh, when I'm 27 years old, I'm going to sacrifice myself to Marilyn Manson and I'm blah, 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 blah. Even Kanye was hanging around Marilyn Manson.
Charles Manson was released from prison in 1967 after spending most of his life behind bars.
What?
He had no money, no job, and nowhere to go. But he was incredibly good at manipulating people. He moved to San Francisco, where the hippie movement was at its peak, and began gathering followers by preaching free love, communal living, and turning away.
Man, how about instead of working these Babylonian jobs, we just love each other, and the power of love satiates us and radiates through the world, giving us a utopia. Well, do you want to go ahead and do everything I say?
From normal life. Most of his followers were young women who had run away from home or left their families and were looking for somewhere to belong.
Vulnerable.
Manson used drugs, isolation, and mind games to break down their ability to think clearly. Once they could no longer think for themselves, he told them he was Jesus Christ.
No way.
They believed him. Manson became obsessed with
Dude, he literally had the blueprint. Like, how do you get people to do this? Like, it's crazy to think homeless, but you can manipulate, and that probably got him rich.
Beatles album, The White Album, interpreting specific songs as coded messages, warning of an upcoming race war between black and white Americans.
What?
He called his theory Helter Skelter. He believed the war was coming soon, and that his group would hide in the desert until it destroyed everything, then come out and rule what was left. By 1969,
So it was only white people in his family and in his cult.
the war had not started. Manson decided to trigger it himself. He ordered his followers to break into homes and murder the people inside, leaving clues at the scene to make it look like black people had done it. His plan was that
Bro, are we dead ass, bro? So this is basically going on right now. Yeah, the same thing is going on in 2026.
white people would retaliate, sparking the war he had been waiting for.
Hell
Over
no.
2 nights in August 1969, his followers killed 7 people, including pregnant actress Sharon Tate. Manson was convicted of murder in 1971 and died behind bars in 2017. Several of his followers remained there for decades. Church of the Lamb of God. Ervil LeBaron grew up in a breakaway Mormon community in Mexico, one of 13 children in a family that believed in having multiple wives. From an early age, he believed
Mormons. You guys keeping up with the bricks and minifig? You see, bro, the Mormons be moving like a whole cult, so I'm not surprised.
God had chosen him to lead.
I'm not
when
surprised
his brother
by
Joel
this.
started a religious group called the Church of the Firstborn in 1955,
What?
Ervil joined expecting to take over. The church said no. Rather than leave, Ervil started his own group in 1972, the Church of the Lamb of God. Leaving would have meant admitting he was wrong. He told everyone he was the one true voice of God and taught that the only way to be forgiven for your sins was to have your blood shed. Under that teaching, anyone leading people away from his church deserved to die. His first target was Joel. Ervil ordered his followers to shoot him in 1972.
What?
Over the following years, he ordered the deaths of leaders of rival groups and anyone who got in his way. Ervil was arrested and sentenced to life in prison
So
in 1980.
he created a cult just to murder people. Oh, hell no.
But prison did not stop him. His followers believed
Like, the shit that he's saying doesn't even make sense.
every word he wrote came from God. From his cell, he wrote the Book of New Covenants, a list of people he wanted dead with instructions to carry out the killings after he was gone. Ervil died in 1981.
What?
The last murders on his list happened in 1993,
What?
12 years after he was gone. 4 people were killed in a single day. He never gave the order. He didn't need to. He had already written it down.
Why are people believing this dumb shit? Oh my God, bro. Is it really that easy? Like, if I just walk around and say I'm the second coming of God, people will believe it? Because the way that I'm watching this video and the vibe that I'm getting, I'm getting that vibe, bro. Oh my God.
Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate was started in the 19th.
Oh, that's the Uzi. Oh my God, that's the Uzi. That's the eternal attack. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Uzi. He's glorifying. Look at this. That's literally where he got that from. That's scary. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of occult messaging in music.
1970s by Marshall Applewhite, a patient recovering from a heart attack, and Bonnie Nettles, the nurse who treated him. The two became convinced they had been sent to Earth on a mission from God. They
What?
taught that the human body was a trap, and that the only way to reach a higher world was to give up everything connected to it.
So just
That
die?
belief drove members to leave their families, hand over their possessions, and cut all contact with the outside world.
No way.
Some went further. Several male members, including Applewhite himself, chose to be castrated as the ultimate proof that they were ready to leave their human nature behind.
Stop. Not the family jewels. Why do I gotta cut my off to prove a point? I thought it meant, don't you think you would just have to die? I'm sorry, I'm not cutting my meat for nobody, bro. I enjoy having meat. I'm sorry, bro. I enjoy having a meat stick, bro. That shit's fun. Like, what are you talking about? Why? Why would you cut your shit off?
When Nettles died of cancer in 1985, it could have destroyed the group. Instead, Applewhite told members that her soul had already moved on to the next level, proving the teaching was real. Her death made the remaining members more devoted. For years,
No
Applewhite
way.
told followers a sign would come to show them it was time. In 1997, scientists noticed the Hale-Bopp comet passing close to Earth. Applewhite said a spaceship was hiding behind it, waiting to take them.
Come
The only
on.
way to board it was to leave their bodies behind. On March 26,
And so all these people just killed themselves. Oh my God.
1997, police found all 39 members dead in a rented mansion in San Diego.
What?
They had eaten pudding mixed with poison, drunk vodka, and covered themselves with purple cloths. They were found in neat
No.
rows, dressed in matching black outfits and new Nike shoes. A small number of members
Why do they need Nikes, bro? They trying to send a message, bro. That's crazy. If Cardi said it, you doing it? No, I'm not ending my life for nobody. Are you crazy?
who were not there that day kept the group's website running. It is still active and unchanged today.
No way.
Branch Davidians. The Branch Davidians were a small religious group based in Waco, Texas. In 1987,
Ain't that where RDC from?
David Koresh took control of the group by convincing members he was the only one who could truly understand the Bible.
Oh
He
my
told
God.
everyone he was a prophet and used that to take multiple wives, including girls as young as 12.
Whoa!
Built up a large collection of weapons at the group's compound, called Mount Carmel. He believed a final battle between good and evil was coming.
Oh my God. You notice the pattern? I'm the smartest person. I'm sent by God. I'm Buddha. I'm Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. Like, these guys follow the same patterns.
Including girls as young as 12. Koresh built up a large
And then they have a harem.
collection of weapons at the group's compound, called Mount Carmel.
Oh
He
my
believed a
God.
final battle between good and evil was coming
There's gonna be a final battle. There's gonna be a race war.
and wanted his followers ready to fight.
Nah, dead
By
ass. Yo, low key, it is like MAGA if you think about it, because they say like that all the time too.
1993, The compound held over 130 people, and the weapons had caught the attention of the government.
Yes.
Agents planned a raid. A local journalist accidentally tipped Koresh off. On February 28, 1993, over 70 agents stormed the compound. His men were waiting. 4 agents were killed and 16 were injured. With 4 agents dead, the FBI could not walk away. They surrounded the compound for 51 days and tried to talk Koresh out. He kept delaying, giving long Bible lectures over the phone and sending out a small number of children while keeping the rest inside. On April 19th, the FBI moved in with army tanks and pumped tear gas into the buildings to force everyone out. A fire broke out. Whether Koresh started it or it was an accident has never been proven. 76 people died, including 25 children. Koresh was—
Man, that's fucked up. Didn't they say it was like 130 people? See, that's fucking reckless, bro. I can't even lie.
Was found dead from a gun.
Like, kids, they don't know nothing about this, bro. I feel like kids, is it crazy to say? If you're a kid, I feel like you shouldn't know religion. Religion should not be pushed on kids. Kids should just be kids. Stop pushing cults, pushing all this shit. Kids should just enjoy their childhood, bro. Let them figure this shit out when they get older.
Timothy McVeigh watched the siege on television.
Wasn't that guy, didn't he blow up a building?
He believed the government had murdered innocent people. 2 years later, he bombed a federal building in Oklahoma City, killing 168 people.
Oh my God.
People's Temple. In 1955, Jim Jones started a church in Indianapolis built on 2 ideas.
Jonesburg, right? I remember this. This is probably one of the most well-known cults, bro. Exactly.
All races were equal, and that wealth should be shared equally.
Hello.
The message attracted thousands of followers. It also made him powerful friends in politics. Behind that image, Jones
really?
Was already abusing members and stealing money. His connections kept investigators away. When journalists started digging, Jones moved around 1,000 members to a compound in Guyana in 1977, which he called Jonestown. He told them it was a place where they could live freely under his rules, away from the government. What they found was the opposite.
Oh my God, see, when you get away from the government, that means he rules you. People are stupid, bro.
Members worked long days in the heat, had their passports taken, and were drugged to stay in line.
Passports?
Jones told his followers the outside world was coming to destroy them. To prepare, he held late-night drills called White Nights, where members rehearsed drinking poison. In November 1978,
my God.
U.S. Congressman Leo Ryan flew to Jonestown to look into abuse claims. When members tried to leave with him, Jones ordered his guards to follow them to the airstrip and open fire. Ryan and 4 others were killed. Jones knew that killing a U.S. congressman would bring authorities straight to Jonestown.
So then what? And then he got everybody to kill themselves.
With no way out, he ordered everyone to drink a fruit punch mixed with cyanide.
Children
were poisoned first. Guards surrounded the crowd to stop anyone from running. Those who refused were injected.
What?
908.
This shit is crazy. Like, imagine you were one of these people, bro.
18 people died that day, including 304 children.
I wouldn't even know what to do.
Jones was found dead from a gunshot to the head. It was the deadliest attack on American civilians in history.
Oh my God. This shit is sad. How does somebody get this much power,
until
bro?
September 11th. Order of the Solar Temple. In 1984, Luc Jouret and Joseph Di Mambro started a secret society in Switzerland called the Order of the Solar Temple. They told members the group was built on the teachings of an old Christian military order called the Knights Templar, and that only a chosen—
Oh my God. Ain't that like the Freemasonry? Come on.
few were good enough to join. That sense of being special attracted wealthy and well-educated people across Europe and Canada. Members paid large sums of money to move up through the group. The more money they put in, the harder it became to admit they had been fooled.
All right, bro. Let's start a cult. If it's this much money in a cult, like, what am I doing, bro?
Kept paying rather than face that truth. At the higher levels, they were told that death was not an end, but a journey to a higher world near the star Sirius.
Of course.
Di Mambro made this easier to believe by using hidden projectors to create fake images of holy figures during rituals.
And they ate that up.
When journalists and former members began exposing the group, it started falling apart. Facing public shame, the leaders decided to die and take their members with them. In October 1994, a 3-month-old baby was killed in Canada. The leaders—
Okay, bro, you're blowing my shit.
believed the child was the Antichrist and had to be eliminated first. Same night, 48 members
Yo, bro, that's a 3-month-old baby. What the f—
were killed in Switzerland. Some drugged and shot, others burned alive. 5 more were killed in Canada. The following year, 16 more were found dead in France.
Bro.
In 1997, 5 more died in Canada. In total, 74 people lost their lives. Many were murders made to look like they chose to die.
Oh my
Jure and
God.
Dimambro were found among the dead. Movement for the Restoration of the Ten Commandments of God. In 1989, Credonia Morinda and Joseph Kibwetir started a religious movement in Uganda. Both
No
claimed to have
way.
visions from the Virgin Mary. Their message was simple: follow the Ten Commandments strictly, and God would save you from the end of the world. To avoid breaking the commandment against lying, members were not allowed to speak and could only communicate through sign language.
Like, that's gonna prevent somebody from lying. I can still lie.
They were also told to sell everything they owned and hand the money to the
Oh
leaders.
my
The group
God.
set December 31st, 1999,
How do people fall for this man? I'm not giving my money to nobody,
as
bro.
the date of the end of the world. When nothing happened, members were furious and started asking for their money back. The leaders had already spent it. Giving it back was not an option, and letting members walk away and talk to the outside world was too risky. So they set a new date, March 17th, 2000,
Oh my God.
and began planning to silence everyone. The night before,
So what are
the
you gonna do when March 17th comes? You're gonna be like, well, actually, God said, and then you're just gonna keep pushing it? Like, if that was me, I would have took the money and just dipped, bro. I'd have been gone.
leaders
Dead
held
ass.
a large farewell feast. The next day, all 530 members were told to gather inside the church. Once everyone was inside, the doors and windows were nailed shut from the outside. The building was set on fire.
Oh my
Everyone inside
God.
burned to death. In the days that followed, police searched the group's other properties and found hundreds more bodies in mass graves.
Yo.
Most had been poisoned or stabbed. The total death toll reached 924.
Oh my God. Nah, no funny shit. That's fucked up. How did they off all those people? Oh my God. So their solution was, okay, we're just gonna eliminate everything. Nothing happened.
Making it the deadliest cult massacre in history. The leaders were never found. They are still wanted today.
Bro, they're
If
probably
you'd
in
like
a
to see more
different
stories
country.
like this, make sure to subscribe and feel
Oh yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. These cults are crazy, bro. That's crazy.